Hello, everybody, and welcome to this latest installment of the HTFL. I'm Big Polly coming to you, checking my microphone, seeing if it's working, which it is. I'm recording this in the afternoon of November 6th. Still don't know who won the election, but it's starting to look like they might be close to finding a winner. And if this happens in the hour, even though this is a recording you're going to see at 7:30, I'll let you know. We hope you're all well on this Friday. I'm going to get this recording in because I also have Grand Slam wrestling to do tonight. Get that up and running, and I've done 2 of the 9 matches on that card, and I'm going to try to get this all in and call it an early night. So we hope the world is well for you. Hope you'll enjoy the weekend coming up. We will be doing I'm thinking of doing a FHM 6 marathon where we're going to do a whole bunch of games starting at, say, 7 o'clock and probably go to like 10 o'clock or so. Because the Hartford Whalers are starting the 81-82 season, and I wanted just to do a whole block of games, just do one after another and see how many games we could get in. We being me. So we'll try to do that 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We also have OOTP, and I'll be recording the recap show, which you all will be seeing Monday night at 6:30. We start week 13. DHTFL, this little project of mine that goes back to springtime, about late April, early May I started this, and it's now early November, and I'm only 3/4 done with it. So the expected time of completion for the project will be late January or early February. My goal is to get the season done before the Super Bowl, and my goal for season 2 to start would be September of 2021. But who knows where anybody will be in a given month, year, week. So that's the goal anyway. To get season 2 started 2021, do 5 games a week, and just kind of mimic the real-life NFL season that'll be going on around that time. So stand by, everybody. We have 25 seconds to air, and we'll get this game started. Got to find my slides. 15, 12. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon as I record. It's 3:45, actually. Stand by. Big Polly's World of Sports Sims proudly presents the last game of week number 12, technically the Monday Night Football game, so dun 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 dun, it's Houston and San Diego. Houston in the playoff contention, while San Diego is on the outside looking in. They're 3 games behind Los Angeles in the Lower West Division. So I'm Big Polly. We welcome you to this last game of week number 12. We'll have the recap show for you Monday night at 6:30, and we'll get this game started. San Diego, a 5-point favorite. 74 degrees in San Diego, but since this is a dun-dun-dun-dun game, it's going to be 64. I always like to shave 10 degrees off the temperature because they're playing at night. Houston will be run by the computer. I will run San Diego. Houston won the toss and will receive, so we continue on. I'm going to set up my slide for the last part of the show. There we go. It's Warren Moon against Phillip Rivers, and Bum Phillips in the coaching box. Don Coryell for San Diego. Levias, Johnson, and Cannon, the deep men for Houston in their white uniforms. Call them the Oilers, but they are a combination of the Oilers and Texans. The Oilers from 1960 to the mid-90s, and the Texans from 2002 onward. And San Diego's just San Diego. Levias back deep. He takes it at about the 5, moves up past the 20 to the 30, out to the 33. The pickup was 28 yards. Setting up the offense for Houston, Campbell and Cannon, your running backs, Johnson and Hopkins at wideout, Daniels at tight end, Moon quarterbacking out of Washington and the Edmonton Eskimos, Jameson, Matthews, Myers, Munchak, and Brown the offensive line. For San Diego, O'Neal, Williams, Ladd, and Johnson, the front four. Sayal, Allen, and Phillips, your linebackers. Cromartie, Bird, Weddle, and Harrison, your defensive backs. And on 1st and 10, let's see what Houston does. If I can move my cursor over correctly. There we go. To Billy Cannon. He gains a yard. Both teams need the win. Charlie Hennigan comes in as the third wideout. He wears 87. He's on the top of your screen. 2nd and 9. Throw over in the middle to Earl Campbell, a gain of 8. And that makes it a 3rd and a yard at the 42. Campbell will try to power his way to the first down, but he cannot. Leslie O'Neal on the stop. And San Diego gets it back on the punt. We'll watch for a fake, because they only need a yard for the first. And I will return it. Backed up a little bit. Fuller, 4-yard return from the 10 to the 14. I should point out there is a little bit of a wind, and San Diego is into it at 0 to 5 mile an hour, so they'll have the wind advantage, such as it is for quarters 2 and 3. Your starting offensive lineup for San Diego: Tomlinson and Young at running back, Allworth and Martin at wideout, Gates the tight end, Rivers the quarterback, Mix, Wilkerson, Hardwick, Sweeney, Washington, your offensive line. For Houston, Watt and Williams, your defensive ends, Childress and Curly Culp, your defensive tackles, Brazil, Ryans, and Webster, your linebackers. Farr, Hicks, Bishop, Reinfeldt, your defensive backs. Give it to Tomlinson on 1st and 10. Trap it right side. And he is stopped at the line by Webster at the 14. So nothing there. We'll go Allworth on the short cross, 2nd and 10. That is good. And Bambi just short of the first down. Hey, I don't make the nicknames up. That's what they called him, Bambi. 3rd and inches at the 24. Trap left Tomlinson to try to get the first. And again, he hits a brick wall, but he gained just enough yardage to get the first. So it's 1st and 10 at the 24. Tomlinson will sweep right this time. Running to the tight end side, and Tomlinson straight ahead, 35, 40, out to the 43, a pickup of 19. That makes it 1st and 10 for San Diego, who now plays in Los Angeles, of course. Ball at their own 43. They're going to give Young a carry here on the screen. Heavy blitz, so this might be the excellent call. Young will be close to the first. He gets it, actually, a gain of 10. And it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Tomlinson, a dive. And this is going to be a nice gain. Breaks into the secondary, and that's a pickup of 18. 4 carries and 37 yards for LaDamian already. 8:44 left opening quarter. Trap right, Ricky Young. And he quickly finds the hole. A fumble on the play that the refs did not see. Looked like Houston recovered, but if the refs don't see it, they can't call it. And it's 2nd and 5 at the 24. We haven't heard from Antonio Gates yet, so we'll go to him. And he's open. 10. 7-yard line, a pickup of 17. And it's 1st and goal at the 7. So the Chargers marching. Off tackle right with Damian. No gain. 2nd and goal at the 7 still. And Tomlinson getting a little woozy. Trap it right for Ricky Young. And he loses yardage, loses 2. 3rd and goal at the 9. And the Boo-Birds out at Qualcomm. 11th play of the drive that has gone on nearly 7 minutes. They'll go 3 wide. Antonio Gates again. Incomplete, but a marker.
Offsides, defense.
And a second chance for the Chargers.
5-yard penalty.
Farr called for the offsides. That might give San Diego a few more options on third down. Young will go wide, but they'll look to Allworth on the short slant, a double tight end set. He can't hang on to it, and it's incomplete. 4th and goal, so San Diego will kick. It'll be Nate Kading from 21 yards out, and it's good. 3-0 in favor of the Chargers. That drive took off 7:32 of time, 13 plays and 82 yards. Levias back deep for Houston. Both teams need the win. San Diego 3 games out of the division lead and 2 games out for that fourth seed in the Western Conference, and Houston still very much alive in the South, where 5 and 6 is leading the division. In that lower South division, New Orleans 5 and 6. This is Campbell. He picks up 2. Allen hurt for San Diego. He will not return. He played middle linebacker, so Phillips comes in to replace him, and it is 2nd and 8. Ball at the 28. Campbell knocking on the door, but everybody was home. Gets back to the line. 3rd and 8. Same spot, the 28. Draw to Campbell, close to the first, but misses it by 3 yards. So a gain of 5 there, and that sets up 4th and 3. Here's your punt. Nice return by Fuller of 17 yards. The punt was by Norton. So San Diego gets it back with 3:23 left to go. Tomlinson, a trap to the right side. A blitz coming, but they're going to stay with the play. And Tomlinson with a big hole, 50, 40. And it was Farr bringing him down. Good pursuit on his end. And that's the longest gain of the season for LaDainian Tomlinson, 29 yards. And I have to get up because I am getting very warm. Hold on, folks. Tilt the fan a little over my way. You would be surprised that would be the longest gain LaDainian's had all year, but he has. Just that, a 29-yard gain as I sit back down. That moves the chains. A 1st and 10 at the 37. Might be a good time to go deep. We'll look to Martin on the play-action long pass. And that is incomplete. Rivers just threw that away. Setting up 2nd and 10 at the 37. Sweep it left with LaDainian. That is a gain of 10 and a 1st down. So LaDainian now 7 carries and 76 yards, and much like Eric Dickerson and the running back from Miami, Minnesota, Adrian Peterson last night, they're both off to but Tomlinson off to a good start. Campbell is only 4 for 7 so far. Going to be a screen to Tomlinson. 1st and 10 at the 27. He's wide open. 20, 15, 14-yard line. Pick up a 13. That sets up 1st and 10 at the aforementioned 14-yard line. Allworth, medium slant. Instead, a dump off to Young, and Young is in for a touchdown. Touchdown number 22 for Philip Rivers, and it's 9-0. Extra point. Good by Kading, making it 10-0 with 46 seconds now left in the opening quarter. Levias, back deep, returning from the goal line out to the 24.
Receiving team.
They say he was a yard deep in the end zone, so the return 25 yards. Pollard with an illegal block, and that sets up Houston a long way from home at the 5-yard line. 35 seconds left, so this has the possibility of being the last play of the quarter. gain of a yard. Paul McGuire on the tackle. He's playing inside linebacker, and he replaced the injured player we had earlier. That'll end it for quarter number 1. Paul McGuire also punts, by the way. We haven't seen him punt yet today. It's 10-0 San Diego. We have 17 yards on the board for Houston in just 7 plays. San Diego lighting it up. 16 plays and a $1.43. 2nd and 9, the ball at the 6. Campbell looking to ramble, and he gets 15 yards. Bird on the stop for San Diego. 1st and 10 at the 21. Campbell, the pitch. And it was a sweep to the left side. No gain. Junior Seau making the stop. 2nd and 10 at the 21 now. This is Billy Cannon. Pick up a 5. Making it 3rd and 5 at the 26. Moon might run. He does. He gets the first down, and he's got a wide open field. But Cromartie converges quickly. A gain of 15. 1st and 10 Houston, and at the 41. They finally have something going offensively. Moon caught. Gain of 27 by Daniels, but it will come back with the hold on Jamison. 1st and 20 at the 31. Moon, incomplete, looking to Campbell. Moon has started 1 out of 2, 8 yards. 2nd and 20 at the 31. Over the middle to Hopkins. Could not make the catch there. That was DeAndre Hopkins. 31 catches and 539 on the year. 3rd and 20. Still at the 31. Campbell is one of the wideouts. Throw and a catch, but short of the first down.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense.
Was Johnson, but
15-yard penalty.
We're hearing now of a face mask penalty. That moves Houston up to the 37 of San Diego. There you see the replay. He was a little short of the first, but with the 15-yard penalty, it is more than enough to get the first down. 1st and 10 at the 37. 11:30 left. Quarter number 2. Billy Cannon, a gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 35. Tell you that I'm seeing that it is past 4 o'clock here on the East Coast as I record this. 9-yard gain. And that was by Campbell. Campbell now 8 carries and 32 yards. 1st and 10 at the 26. Campbell again, 15, 10. Stopped at the 9. Cromartie, his return doubtful. Apparently has injured a finger. Harris will come in, Dick Harris, to replace him. 1st and goal at the 9. 9:46 left. Moon's going to scramble, and he's going to get to the 4. Gain of 5. 2nd and goal, 4-yard line. Campbell, no sail, and no gain. Williams on the tackle. 3rd and goal at the 4. Moon, incomplete, looking for Andre Johnson, and Houston will have to settle for 3. Del Greco has put it through from 21, and it's 10-3. They say he didn't strike her. I'm sorry, folks. Heard that sound effect so long, I'm kind of getting used to it. Sproles, Fuller, Anderson, your deep returners for San Diego. Sproles, from just behind the 10, he caught it at the 9, went to the 27, gain of 18. 1st and 10, and he will go back to what brought him here, LaDainian Tomlinson on a dive. He picks up 3 yards. He's now at 8 carries, 79 yards, 1 catch for 13. Stretch play, Tomlinson. Unknown defense, short, tight. We're going to go medium fly to Allworth. Instead, it's a dump to Gates, and Gates has the first down. A pickup of 8. and Farr injured, one of the corners for Houston. They will bring in Bernard Pollard. He is a safety normally, but they'll have him playing corner. 10-3 San Diego, 1st and 10 at the 38 with 7:12 to go. A sack, Brazel gets to Phillip Rivers. It's a loss of 7. Second and 17 at the 31 will go Tomlinson screen pass. Houston was playing loose, so Tomlinson with a gain of 7. Third and 10, ball at the 38. We need to bring 3 wide in. Matt in motion, medium pass. And we're going to go to Gates. Throw, incomplete, batted at the line. Williams seemed to have got a hand on it, and Paul McGuire comes on to punt with a little bit of a wind at his back, and that backs up the returner. I would say that punt was 51 yards, and White Shoes Johnson returned it 15. So Houston now, with a little bit of momentum, we have 5:25 left in the half. They only trail 10-3. 1st and 10 at the 26. Cannon, a gain of 4. These are the 2 teams, by the way, that played in the first 2 AFL championship games. And I believe Houston won both of them. Houston beat Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Chargers, in the first AFL championship, and then they won again in the second. 2nd and 6 at the 30. And then in 62, LA was, not LA, but Houston was going for their 3rd straight AFL title, and they ran into the Dallas Texans, who would become the Kansas City Chiefs the following year, and they played that famous double overtime game, the first ever game to go 2 overtime, sacked by Harrison, and a safety blitz on Moon, a loss of 6, and Moon will have to punt. That was the game where Dallas won the first half kickoff. Nice return by Fuller. He gained 16. Punt went 45, so the net was 29. 1st and 10, ball at the 47. We have 3:50 to go. Pitch to Tomlinson. Blitz coming, so we're going to change it to a screen to Young. That was the game where Dallas won the toss to start overtime. And instead of receiving the ball, Abner Haynes misunderstood Hank Stram's instructions and famously said, "We'll kick to the clock." And it turned out Dallas won the game, but by kicking, taking the wind advantage, but kicking, they could have blown it right there. But Houston prevailed, and that was the first pro football game to go more than a single overtime. Trap right, Tomlinson. Blitz coming. I think the game is on YouTube somewhere, or was. Tomlinson, no gain, penalty.
Holding, offense, number 85, 10-yard penalty.
They get Gates for a hold, setting up a 1st and 20, and that moves San Diego back to the other side of the field. Pitch right. And it was Kurt Gowdy and Paul Christman who called the game for ABC. 4-yard gain. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning with a 10-3 San Diego lead. In fact, I think the 61 AFL championship game was Houston 10 and San Diego 3. But I'd have to look that up offhand. We'll see how good my memory is. 2nd and 16, the ball at the 47. We'll go Anthony Miller on the medium slant route. Oh, right on the money. And Miller has a 1st down and a pickup of 18 to the 29. San Diego and Houston each with 3 timeouts left, so San Diego will burn one here. 1st and 10 at the 29. Gates, a medium out. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Tomlinson, screen pass. Loss of 2 to set up 3rd and 12. And this time I'm just going to hurry to the line, call my play. Let's see here. We'll go Miller, medium pass, 3rd and 12. And he's got it. He's down the left sideline. Pickup of 19. And he did not get out of bounds, so San Diego burns timeout number 2. 1st and 10. Ball at the 12. They'll go Tomlinson off tackle right. Looks like a crowd in Philadelphia with the elections. It looks like there has been some sort of protest. Touchdown, LT. And that makes it 16-7. I'm recording this Friday afternoon, 4:08 p.m. So I'm just seeing what I'm seeing on Fox News. 16-7. 17-3 now. Did I say 16-7? 17-3 is your score. 16-3, then 17-3. Kading hit the extra point. 1:14 to go. Houston still all 3 timeouts, so they could do something here if they choose to. Levias, his return 26 yards to the 27. I'm sorry, 26 to the 25. He was a yard deep. 1st and 10 at the 25. Cannon, back to the line, no gain. Does Houston use a timeout here? They do not. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Moon, a little dink to Campbell, and he got out of bounds. A 4-yard gain, and that makes it now 3rd and 6 at the 28. Cannon, short of the first, and he got out of bounds, which saves San Diego's timeout. A 4th and 3 at the 32. Here's the punt by Norton. A return by Fuller, a nice one, 15 yards. Punt went 48, and San Diego still with a little bit of time, 30 seconds, but they're going to have to use the sidelines. Medium out to Anthony Miller. Rivers is 12 out of 16. Sack by Ryans, and San Diego just go to the half. And it's 17-3. So folks, stand by. I will be right back. 17-3 your score as we come back to start the second half. Houston now 107 yards on 25 plays. San Diego 28 plays and 2:08. They'll get the ball to start the second half, quarter number 3. And Sproles back deep for San Diego. Caught it at about the 10. And a short return, 14 yards to the 25. So he actually caught it at the 11. Tomlinson, trap right. Pickup of 5 yards. Tomlinson now closing in on 100. He's got 11 catches, 93 yards. Play action, long fly to Martin. I think they have a matchup advantage, so they're going to go to Martin, number 80. Throw is away, but incomplete. It was 47, or was it 37 who came along? Reinfeld, who made good defensive coverage there. 3rd and 5, the ball resting at the 30. We'll go Miller, medium crossing route. And he caught it. In Houston territory, the gain goes 24 yards. And it is now 1st and 10 at the 46. Tomlinson, a screen. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Gates, a slant. San Diego thinking they have an advantage throwing the ball, but that's tipped at the line, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. They'll go to Gates. A medium cross. Incomplete. So Rivers now 13 to 21. The ball at the 46. They'll punt. Paul McGuire will try to shoehorn it in. Close to the Houston goal. Goes out of bounds. It rolls dead at the 4. And Houston will start from there. 12:49 left, third quarter. It is 17-3, San Diego. Throw and an incompletion. 2nd and 10 at the 4. Another throw, another incompletion. 3rd and 10 at the 4. Moon go 0 for 3 here. Incomplete. So a 3 and out. And that makes it 4th and 10, and Norton will come on the punt. And San Diego is going to get it in Houston territory. A nice return for Fuller again. A pickup of 15. And somebody is speaking somewhere on my TV as I watch Fox News. Let's stay on the game unless something major is developed. Houston backed up now to their own 35. San Diego is going to start from the 35 with 12:21 left. Tomlinson off tackle right. He needs 7 yards for 100. And he picks up 1, so he's at 94. Allworth, a medium out. Batted at the line and incomplete. Brazil might have intercepted.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit.
And he has.
Interception. No timeout will be charged.
And that makes a 1st and 10 for Houston on the interception. The first turnover of the game. And the ball is at the 17. So let's see if Houston can do better with a slightly better field position. Check down to Campbell. Campbell gains 3. Paul McGuire makes the tackle. 2nd and 7 at the 20. Moon sacked by Johnson. Loss of 10. Moon at 4 for 11 for 32 yards, and Houston's only gained 100 on the day. 3rd and 17 at the 10. Moon looking for Andre. Incomplete. Andre Johnson. And San Diego's going to get good field position again, or should. Fuller at about the 45. And a fumble here. We'll have to wait for the particulars as the animation goes a little local. Brown got it back. And Houston now with the fumble recovery off the punt. They have it 1st and 10 at the 45. We have 10:05 now left, third quarter. Over the middle, Andre Johnson. That's a gain of 11. It's now 1st and 10 at the San Diego 44. Pitch to Campbell. He gains 5 on the transfer. Actually, that was Campbell. Cannon was doing lead blocking chores. 2nd and 5 at the Charger 39. Campbell, a gain of 3. McGuire on the tackle. 3rd and a deuce. Ball at the 36. It's Campbell again. Another first down. He is up to 13 carries and 61 yards. Moon now 5 of 13 and 43. 1st and 10 at the 32. This is Campbell back to the line, and that's it. Williams on the stop. That sets up a 2nd and 10 at the 32. Looking for Campbell, not finding him. 3rd and 10. Moon having an off day. This is Daniels gaining 12 and a first down. Weddle on the tackle for the Chargers. 1st and 10 at the 20. Campbell. He gains 2 more. 15 and 63 he's up to now. 2nd and 8 from the 18. Campbell is going to lose yardage there to the tune of 4 yards. And he steps out at the 22. 3rd and 12. Ball at the 22. A throw, an incompletion. Andre Johnson, the intended receiver. So Del Greco will come on. He'll try one from 39. cut the deficit to 17-6, except it goes wide left. So San Diego takes over. They lead 17-3 still. 4:13 left in quarter number 3. Off tackle right, Tomlinson inches a little closer to his 100-yard game that he might get. 13 carries and 96 yards after that gain of 2. They'll go to Young, 2nd and 8. That's a gain of 2. 3rd and 6. Gates. It's a hitch, but we're going to change it to a slant to Allworth. And Rivers scrambled in the pocket and was met by Curly Culp for the sack, setting up 4th and 11. Paul McGuire back to punt for the Chargers. And a nice punt. Went 48. The return 9 by Andre Johnson. 2:17 left to go, 3rd quarter, and we are still stuck on a 17-3 score, as we have been since late in the 2nd quarter. Moon tackled by McGuire, and that will be a sack for Paul, and that makes it 2nd and 12, the ball at the 31. Ernie Ladd has been awful quiet, but we'll talk about him for a little bit here. Incomplete pass
interference.
But a pass interference.
Number 32, automatic, 1st down.
Weddle. And of course, I have been mentioning Ernie Ladd. Of course, his profession after football was that of a professional wrestler. First to 10 at the 44. He went all over the United States and North America. That is a slant over the middle to Andre Johnson. He gains 16. 1st and 10, ball to San Diego 40. And a lot of stars of the AFL, well, not stars, but known players, gain of 25 would go on and be professional wrestlers. Gain of 25 as Moon threw that to Johnson again. So Moon now up to 8 for 18, 96 yards. Of course, Wahoo McDaniel, who played for the Jets and the Dolphins, went on to be a wrestler well into the 80s. We have reached the end of quarter number 3. It is 17-3. San Diego over Houston. Dominic Davis and Drew Hill entering the game for San Diego. 2nd and 12 at the 17. Otis Sistrunk, who would go on and play for Oakland in the 70s, tried his hand at wrestling, as did a few other stars of the 60s and the 70s in professional football. Ernie Ladd began as a fan favorite in San Diego. That's over the middle. That's a touchdown. Charlie Hennigan, and the lead now cut in half at 17-9. Well, it might be cut in half. We got the extra point still by Del Greco, and it's 17-10. But many professional wrestlers, Virgil Runnels, who became Dusty Rhodes, was a semi-pro football player. Bob Windham, who became Blackjack Mulligan, was also a football player of lesser importance, shall we say, and then he made it big in wrestling. Darren Sproles, back deep for San Diego. Bob had 2 sons, Barry and Kendall, who were professional wrestlers. A 29-yard return. Sproles returning at 29, and Lyles making the tackle for Houston. So San Diego here in the footsteps now, only ahead 17-10. Off tackle right, LaDainian Tomlinson. Of course, there was also a minor league catcher for the Cardinals named Randy Poffo, who would go on and become a wrestler of note, Randy Macho Man Savage. LaDainian Tomlinson now finally over his 100 yards, a gain of 6. And that gets him to 102, and that also sets up 2nd and 4 at the 38. They'll pitch to LaDainian here. And he loses 4. Of course, nowadays, that puts him back under 100, by the way, LaDainian. So we'll give it to him again. Oh, 3rd and 8. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, poo. He gets his 2 yards back. He goes to 100. Rod Gronkowski had a brief off-season stint in WWE and was their 24/7 champion for a little bit. A fair catch. Punt went 44, and now Houston can get back in the game. It's 17-10. There's 12:02 left now. Moon to Hopkins. He gained 15. 1st and 10 at the 35. Houston getting hot at just the right time. Daniels was the intended receiver, and Ladd went all the way back and made the tip there. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Speaking of Ernie Ladd, talking about Ernie Ladd. Seau sacks Moon, a loss of 8. 3rd and 18 at the 27. Johnson incomplete. Moon was trying to throw that over the middle. Moon now 10 of 22, 128 yards. 4th and 18. So Norton punting to Fuller, who's had great success returning the ball.
Holding. Receiving team.
Except there, it was Weddle committing a penalty. So Houston starts at their own 20. Tomlinson on a dive. He's at exactly 100 yards now. And he goes back under 100 again for the second time. He goes to 99. Loss of a yard, and Watt made the tackle there. No, not who. Watt. Trap right. Tomlinson. And he goes over 100 yards a third time. He goes at 106. So you don't see that too often in a game, a player getting 100 yards 3 times. Miller, a slant on 3rd and 4. And it's caught, a gain of 18. And they go back to the double tight end set. Houston kind of at the mercy at how much clock San Diego wants to run unless they want to burn their timeouts. A sweep left, LaDamian. 1st and 10 at the 44. He will pick up 2 more yards. 108 is his season high. Now a 2nd and 8 at the 46. Trap right, LaDamian. And close to the first. Short by a foot, they say. It's 3rd and inches. We're just going to sneak it over with Phillip Rivers, or so we hope. No! Oh, he did get it. He did get it. Looked by raw eyes that he didn't get the first, but he did. 6:19 left. And now the Chargers could take 2 more minutes off the clock unless Houston burns their timeouts. Tomlinson off tackle right. Gain of 3. Time now the ally of the Chargers. Young off tackle left. He loses a yard. Setting up 3rd and 8. 4:51 left. And Houston's going to watch San Diego run the clock down to 4:16. They call a timeout. They have 2 left. It's going to be a screen to Tomlinson on 3rd and 8. And Tomlinson's going to lose yards there. 3. And again, San Diego's just going to milk the clock down to 3:28. And then they're going to punt it away at the Houston 47. So McGuire, out of the Citadel, punts it out of bounds on the left side of the 13. Left side as San Diego moves right to left on your screen. 1st and 10 at the 13. Houston's got to go 87 yards to tie, and they're running out of time. Dominic Davis on the screen pass, and he's got a wide open field. 40, 50, and he is tackled at the 39. That is his longest gain of the season by far, 48 yards. A 48-yard catch. Moon now 11 for 23, 176 and a touchdown. The Oilers have all 3 timeouts left, and San Diego spent 2 on their last drive. Moon will run Gain of a yard to the 38. Houston not in a real hurry so far. It's 2nd and 9. Moon lets it go. A penalty. This will be pass interference for sure.
Defense. Number 36. Automatic. First down.
Dick Harris with the pass interference. 1st and goal for the Oilers at the 6. Davis. Back to the line. Let's check the marker.
Encroachment. Defense.
Oh, half the distance for Houston.
91.
So San Diego destructing a little bit. Leslie O'Neal. A 1st and goal at the 3. Davis, an easy touchdown. And we're a point away from a tie score as we cross the 2-minute warning, or maybe we did on the last play. Yes, on the last play, so that was the first play after the 2. Del Greco hits the point after, and we are dead even at 17-17 with 1:51 to go. Do you all know the 17th letter of the alphabet is Q? I just thought I'd throw that in. Sproles back deep. Catches it at about the 5. And Houston just needs 3 points. And they start at their own 26 with 1:40 to go. Gates over the middle, medium hitch on 1st and 10. He's on it. Gain of 9. And they're going to go no huddle here. Long play action to Martin. 2nd and 1 from the 35. There it goes. And that's deflected off of Robertson. Okay. 3rd and 1 at the 17. 3rd and 1 at the 35. Miller, medium slant. We have $1.04 to go. That's incomplete. And Houston now still has all 3 timeouts, and McGuire will punt with 59 seconds to go. We might be going overtime here. White Shoes Johnson, return of 13. Arian Foster comes in as a second running back here with Billy Cannon. 52 seconds left. A dead even score at 17. That's Andre Johnson, and he gets loose. 30, 20, 10. Oh my goodness, touchdown Houston. $67 yards. And we'll look at that again. Look at Andre up here, number 80. And oh, he just got by everybody. And that was that. 37 nearly got to him. And that was... Can't change the defense. Okay, extra point, Del Greco. Good. And just like that, Houston has taken the lead with 39 seconds to go. Talk about a sudden change of fortune. Sproles, a 14-yard return to the 16. Now, San Diego's got to use the sidelines. Martin, medium out. 29 seconds to go. They have 1 timeout. There's the catch. Did he get out of bounds? Yes. A 14-yard gain. And Rivers now over 3,000 on the year. He's at 195 on the day. He's 17 to 28. Touchdown and 2 touchdowns and an interception. This is going to be a long out to Allworth. 1st and 10 at the 30. But they need 6. Allworth, a gain of 20. That gets him to midfield with 12 seconds to go. A quick pass. They'll go 4 wide, and they'll just throw a quickie here. I can find the short quick. There it is. To Allworth. Because they have the timeout. Allworth. Oh, he ran with it a little too much. Do they have time left? They have 3 seconds. So here's the situation. It is 1st and 10 at the Houston 34, and they'll have to go Hail Mary here, which they cannot call because they're a little too close. They're going to put 3 to the right side, which will be Jefferson, Miller, and Tony Martin. And you just got to hope that a Charger can catch this one. Quarterback must pass. And they're going to throw to Allworth to try to tie the game. Rivers throwing. An interception by Reinfeldt, and that will do it. Houston will win. They were trailing 17-3 for the longest time. They got 3 touchdowns, and they win 24-17. They will go 5-6, and that might be a grievous blow for the Chargers. They'll be 3 games behind LA. We'll show you who the player of the game was. That was Warren Moon, and I would agree with that. 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, and that did it for the Oilers. 313 yards for Houston, 3 of 4 in the red zone, 2 touchdowns, a field goal. San Diego perfect in the red zone, 333, 3 trips to the red zone, 2 touchdowns, and interception. 31-29 the time of possession for San Diego, 28-31 for Houston. 9 penalties in the game, so that was not a factor. 57 plays called by San Diego, 53 by Houston, and first downs was about even, 20-17. Leading passer was Moon, 12 of 24, 243, 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher, LaDainian Tomlinson, with 119 yards on 21 carries. The leading receiver, Andre Johnson, 5 carries, 5 catches, 176, and he had a 67-yarder that broke the game open for Houston in the last minute. That was the decider. Tomlinson also had 5 catches out of the backfield, but just for 27 yards. Leading defensive tackler was Farr for Houston, 8 tackles. So let's look at the standings and see where we are. We'll give you the full statistical leaders on the recap show on Monday night, but we'll just look at the standings for now. San Diego now 5-6, and they drop into a tie with Las Vegas for second place. And the tiebreaker is owned by Las Vegas because they beat them 28-24 in week number 6, and they will play each other again week 16. So San Diego now 3 out. 2 behind San Diego behind Denver for the 4th seed in the Western Conference. Houston now 5-6. They're tied with New Orleans in the lower South, and they would be one of the playoff seeds in the Southern Conference. You got Carolina 6-5, and you got Indianapolis, New Orleans, and Houston 5-6. New Orleans will own the tiebreaker based on a 52-35 win in week number 1. And then Indianapolis and Houston. Now, did they play each other, I wonder? I'm looking at Houston. They do not play each other, so it goes to net points. And at 5-6, Houston has a -38, and Houston is a -40, and Indianapolis -48. So Houston now would be a 3 seed. So here are the next 5 days worth of games. We'll start again Monday. The recap show at 6:30, Washington and Carolina. And then you see the remaining games. We got some big ones. Cleveland, New York. Tennessee, Minnesota. Pittsburgh, Kansas City. Philadelphia and Dallas a week from tonight. That ought to be good. So your final was 24-17, Houston over San Diego. Week number 12 now in the can. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well no matter where you are and no matter when you see this. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.